enjoying my other meeting at 7:30.
No problem, Tom. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, good luck with the meeting.
Yeah,
and
you're gonna miss my
keep
amazing
up
story.
that writing. Writing.
Yeah, which I'm just about to talk about right now. Anyway, bye, Ron.
Okay, bye-bye. See you all.
All right. So, yeah, on to the next bit, the cycling challenge, which I've basically been doing for this whole month. Yeah, I pretty much had the idea to do it in mid-August, and I said, you know, yeah, like this is just what I'm going to do, so that's what I'm going to do, and I've been doing it. So, and yes, I just checked the try booking page. We still have $822, which is kind of amazing. And basically, yeah, the plan was to ride 1,000 kilometers within this month, and so far I have ridden 621, and with 6 days remaining, I need to ride another 379, which might be onerous for some, but not for me. And yeah, so basically, the pandemic has compelled Lions clubs everywhere to innovate in how they basically fundraise, you know. And I'm not going to tell you which fundraiser inspired me, but they are nonetheless a worthy cause, and I have participated in their event in the past when it was a real life event where you cycle from, you know, one place to another. And but they went virtual this year, and I thought, how cool, maybe I should participate. But then I realized, hang on, I run my own charity, so why don't I just go ride, you know, ride the bike for my sake, for our sake, you know, SACLC's sake. And at the same time, I mean, you know, it's not only is it good exercise, you know, but it's also a perfect excuse to go visit other Lions clubs and community groups, and that's actually something I've done. I mean, last month I went to visit the community flower studio at their pop-up shop, and this month I managed to get to 2 Lions clubs, Barara and Coogee, which we'll talk a little bit about later. And yeah, what can I say? I really love cycling, so why not? You know? And then yeah, I embarked upon that epic journey. And yeah, so for the first 11 days, everything went pretty smoothly, pretty textbook, you know? Basic approach was to, you know, get up, go ride for a bit in the mornings, do my work from home, and then afterwards ride some more, you know, and then have dinner. And on the first weekend, like day 6 or whatever it is of the event, I went on the tour of the eastern suburbs Erev. I mean, now what is an Erev? It's basically, without going into too much detail, it's a ritual enclosure that, you know, observant Jews depend upon to enable them to basically move freely within an enclosed area on the Sabbath, which is Saturday. And there's a large Jewish population in the eastern suburbs, and I basically circumnavigated the Erev. It's about 55 kilometers, I think, in length. It's basically, it's a series, you know, it's basically this pole with a rope or you know, or basically wire, really, like not a live wire. It doesn't carry any current. That's the thing. If you don't know what to look for, you just think it's just a regular conduit, you know, current, like a conduit line. But actually, it's just a ritual enclosure. So that was fun. That was something I meant to do, and I did it. And yeah, so for the sake of accountability, you know, I didn't just say, you know, I'm going to ride 1,000 kilometers without any evidence. I used technology. I used the app on my phone, Map My Ride, and basically mapped all my rides. So
coming.
Yeah, please mute yourself. And yeah, so this is me in Bondi, you know, posing in the middle of the ride. And as you can see, using Map My Ride, I drew some pretty pictures too. So You know, basically here we've got an upside down dog or rabbit. We have a boy on scooters. We have like a bird flapping his wings. I like this one on the right. It's like a gun being fired and the smoke from, yeah, the smoke coming out from a gun, like a Luger, like very James Bond, you know. And a squid on a surfboard. And the less said about the one on the right, the better. Yeah, and everything was going swimmingly until day 12, when I was planning to make my visit to Browra Lions. You know, I was going to ride all the way there and back. You know, I was fully prepared. I had a bag full of snacks and goodies and, you know, batteries and, you know, reflective vest, the works, you know. And I headed north. It was very, very nice morning. And basically, I came to a very steep hill in the northern Sydney suburb of Turramurra. And my derailleur falls off, the gear changer. So I had no choice but to terminate my ride. But luckily, Turramurra is very near a train station, basically on the Hornsby line, which is the same line that Browra, which is in far, far north Sydney. You're almost nearly out of Sydney, like two clicks north of where Ilya is in Mount Kohler, actually. And
Correct.
And
but it's real pretty up here, real pretty.
And so, yeah, I still ended up going there. I took my bike with me to Browra Station, left it there, and then I walked to the Sausage Sizzle and wearing my helmet as well. I mean, yeah, they were expecting like a big grand entrance by me, you know, with the bike, but it didn't happen. So nonetheless, there I was, you know, enjoying that Sausage Sizzle. That was definitely worth the partial ride, not just because I saw Ilya for the first time in 6 months, you know, in real life. Yeah, so Browra Lions, run by Graham Estrick, current president, they pledged $200, of which they gave 100 so far. So yeah, took my bike to the shop, and as it would turn out, because of reasons, would take them 10 days, which, well, you know, did raise my anxiety level somewhat, you know. But, and it cost me a fair bit of money too, you know, like $300 or something to fix it, which, cycling is an expensive habit. Not as expensive as owning a car, but it still is, you know. So be wary of that. And in the meantime, I did a lot of walking though. I mean, I took inspiration by the fact that the health app on my phone was basically logging all my cycling as steps. And I noticed that I did the equivalent of 20,000 steps every day this past month. So I thought, you know, why not just use that time to go for nice walks? And that's what I did, you know. And yeah, actually, during that 10-day hiatus, I visited Coogee. I walked there and back because I live about 4 k's from Coogee, and it was a very nice walk and a very nice evening as well, you know. And I gave a speech on the spot, and I didn't suck, which was amazing. Like, you know, I guess as you can tell, I'm not much of an orator, but it does, with a bit of practice, you know, practice makes good, makes better, not perfect. You know, you can never reach perfection. Nonetheless, I did impress them and fielded their questions afterwards as well, and they pledged $350. So that should come through eventually as well. I mean that's kind of that's kind of the main reason that I went to these Lions Clubs, was kind of begging for money. That's kind of what you do. Yeah. But they bought it hook, line, and sinker. So yay us. And then finally, on Tuesday, day 22, the bike was fixed and I resumed the challenge. I mean, and what a challenge it became, you know. I was looking, you know, originally like 33 k's a day, nothing. But 62, a bit more substantial, like almost double the distance that I have to do every day. But not to worry, I do have a plan. My plan is to do basically 100 k's on Saturday, 100 k's on Sunday. and I should be good and golden. And since the challenge is about distance, it's best to avoid hills and best not to go on strange, weird routes with lots of hills and twists and turns, like my Barara trip. I'll like save that till like October or something, and then I'll go on my big adventures again. You know, like the big adventure now is to finish this challenge and to deliver on my promise. And yeah, other things. Have 2 bikes. I only have just the one bike that's in current working order. I have another bike that's broken. I mean, I probably should have gotten that bike fixed too. I am also probably thinking of buying a road bike as well, but that's another story. So like if I attempt to do, say, oh, I don't know, 2,000 Ks next year, because I'll probably be better at cycling, I'll definitely have 2 bikes. And this challenge was actually, other people were also welcome to join. But you know what? I kind of decided at the spur of the moment to do this challenge. So, you know, it was kind of hard to get people on board and prepared. So if we're going to do this again, maybe next year, I'll definitely announce it well in advance. This is kind of a trial run in a way of this concept, which I think worked rather well. I mean, the thing about donating money is like pretty much all but one person that has given us money so far. There's like a 1 degree of separation between myself and them. I mean, a friend of Ilya gave us a friend of Ilya's gave some money. You know, basically that's about it. I know personally everyone else, so I mean so it'd be good if other members got on board as well in the future, current and future members. You know, and we can make it more inclusive. Like I said, cycling is expensive, so let's track running, walking, swimming, whatever, anything that's repetitive and physical. You know. And you don't even have to use technology. You could just rely on a logbook, you know, on a system, you know, as long as it's somehow verifiable. And yeah, and the great thing about these kinds of fitness fundraiser events is that there's no better way to start a new fitness regime than with such a thing. I mean, it gives you this period of time to get into a routine, and it gives you this external motivation, you know. And it's something I mean, I love cycling, but I was only ever really a commuter cyclist, you know, not really doing it for exercise. So this really got me going into this. And yeah, I mean, and the results, man, I was tracking, you know, my weight. I mean, so when I started, I was 104 kilos. I mean, I've lost 5 in the last 3 weeks. That includes the walking as well, you know, and you know, I can fit into clothes I was able to fit into 5 years ago, and you know, exercise gives you endorphins as well. So overall mood improves, and I feel happier and healthier. So yeah, cycling is awesome. You know, or walking. Walking's good too. Walk 20,000 steps. I guarantee you'll lose some weight. So yeah, I was technically obese according to the BMI index, but now I'm just overweight. Yay. And yeah, like, so at the Coogee meeting, someone asked me, what is the thing that you most enjoy about being a lion? And I answered them facetiously. I said, paperwork, because I'm autistic, and I do genuinely enjoy the paperwork, you know, but that's not the real answer, you know. I mean, I guess the real answer, I mean, this is true not just of Lions, but of any service organization, really, any club, is that you're provided with the opportunity to bring about positive change, not only within the community, but within yourself. You know, I mean, raising money for the community and reaping the health rewards, you know, from your newfound routine. So I'm becoming a better version of myself. And this is just one example. You know, Lions provides many opportunities just like this. And for that reason alone, I think you should join Lions if you haven't already. So